Hello and welcome back to another episode of City Skylines. Today we're gonna take a look at some detailing, try to make the houses look a bit more alive. So I was thinking we could start in this area. Making some gardens would be nice. I will simply start by making some fences. Like I should have downloaded that search mod. Let's see, where can that go? Over here, maybe. Nope. How strange. Because probably here. Yeah, here it is. So I'm gonna start by creating some fences between the houses to make them feel more connected. Put one here. Uh, this should in turn make the whole area look more used, I guess. So just fill in all these spots here. Actually, I should use the fence mode. Try and make these connect as good as possible. And also divide these into different cells. Like so. Okay, you see here there's a quite small space. That's probably because that would be inside the territory of the house. So just try to plot that manually. That should work. Uh, there's a few nice gardens right there. Could add a few fences this way as well. Activate the anarchy mode. Lets me build on the houses plots. There you go. Well, I don't need that actually. Or I could just put it in the front here. Yeah, that would work. And the same here. And here. Don't. Oops. Well. Uh, that will grow up eventually, I guess. Fill in some houses. Sorry, fences. Try to make these fit. That should work. Not all the areas need fences either, of course. I'm not gonna do this on the entire city. That's going to take too much time. And it would be such a waste, because some buildings would just naturally get burned down, and then the fences wouldn't fit anymore. That should work. Put one here. Could actually have one here as well. And here. Just going to try and frame in these now. That should be good. I'm not going to make any more fences actually. It's gonna make quite a bit of lag eventually, so I just realized maybe not the best idea. I could keep those, but you know, I'm not gonna do the entire city. Some areas I could, of course, fill in with some fences to make make it look more isolated. Yeah, so that should work. Now I'm going to fill in with some more houses wherever that can fit. I feel like this area is getting a bit too empty. So I'm just going to make this quick addition to the already existing road network here. And connected there. That should work. Fill in with some houses, of course. All the way along the road. That's good. I could also have some here. Don't want it too close to the highway. That might cause some noise issues. And of course I have to add some water lines. That should be good. Let's do that here as well. Just continue this one and have it come in there. Fill in with some houses. That should be good. And I'm guessing they don't have enough water as well. Actually they have quite good coverage, but now it's even better, so that should work. Let's take a look here and see how this is working out. Might be a bit low land value. Let's take a look at that. Yeah, it's quite low, so I'm going to take a moment and place a playground here. That should increase the land value quite quickly. And they should also start building much faster. That's good. Over here they have this football field, and that should help increase the land value, so I don't really need a playground there. Yeah, that's good. And what else? I could actually increase the length here, or simply add another route like this over there, and sort of like this, I guess. That should work just fine. Fill in with some houses here and remove that ground utility. Remove some of these wires as well. I'm guessing they will be quite unuseful, so I'll just replace that with a underground cable, unless it's already connected, and it's not already connected, so that should be good. This one is quite useless now, so I can just remove that and remove that. These seem to be missing electricity now. I could just connect it here. That should help. Yep, that helped. Yeah. What are you even doing in this chat, Uncanny Nebula? I think you belong somewhere else. You know where I mean. Anyways, where was I? Let's fix this quickly. That should help. They seem to be quite odd here in this interchange. Maybe that helps. Nope. I don't know exactly why this isn't working. I'll have to try and fix that. I could add a extra lane. That should help. And just kind of make this a merging lane. Like that. Okay, so it's causing some issues. Hmm. Might be that I have to increase the amount of lanes here. Like so. That could work. Remove the waiting requirement here. Also here. Should this help? Probably. Maybe. Make this a bit steeper maybe. That could help. like that. This could help. Let's wait and see. And also, I'd probably have to increase the curvature here, like that, and restrict these to only going that way. And also remove the weighting requirement here. That's better. Oh no. This traffic isn't working too well. I know what I have to do. And I should have done it earlier. That should help, probably. I'd have to make sure it doesn't go as steep upwards. Let's see if I can fix that. That should work. Let's take a look and see if that improves it. I'd also have to remove the weighting requirement here. And of course I'd have to continue this road further over here. So that I could have that enter over there. This interchange is getting really advanced, really complex. Okay, let's try and see here if I remove the weighting requirement. This might cause some glitching with the traffic colliding into each other. Okay, yeah, it does. So let's try and see further where the main source of the traffic problem is. Okay, so that's the bus stop. How ironic! The bus stop is causing traffic issues. The public transportation. A utility meant to make the traffic flow better. Well, I guess it's meant to decrease the traffic, not make it flow better. So, not too surprising. Kind of makes sense. That could help a bit. Also, I could actually move one of the bus stops to a different location, so they kind of separate and share more of the space they use. I could also decrease the amount of buses on this stuff. Let's take a look here. Which bus line is it? How to see? Try again. Buses. Here, this one. Or is it the more purple one? This one. Try and decrease the amount of buses here. Okay, that's for all lines actually. So how do I fix that? I can make it go only by day. That will help. I could also remove some of the bus stops. That should help. Yeah, traffic already flowing better. And the roundabout is working again, and eventually that should help this as well. So that's good. Let's take a look and see if there's something else. Yeah, missing water. Fix that quickly, like that. That's good. Continue this path over here. Make it more complete. That would be a good idea actually. So just finish it off towards this road so they can easily access that, and do the same here that way. Also make this straight road here like that. Okay, that didn't go too well. That should work. Now they have this sort of park-like area. Could fill it in with some more trees since it's a park. I was originally thinking this was supposed to be a plane, but can't really get that plane look from it. So I'll just try to fill in with some trees around. Maybe that can help. Yeah, that actually looks more like a plane. It's kind of ironic when I finally decide it's not supposed to be a plane, that's when it starts looking like a plane. Well, that's good. I can move on now. Let's see what else. Yeah. I'm gonna try and make a nice area over here with some... oh, what can I make? I can make a shop. That would be nice. And add a few parking lots. I'm not really sure how good this will be. It's quite a rural area, this, so it's not the best idea to put a huge shop here. A small one should do it. I could actually remove one of the parking lots and decrease the size a bit, like that. Could help. There's not a lot of shops here. That might be a bit strange. Could add one. Or even one more, like that. Could help a bit. And of course this whole area doesn't have a shop, as you can see. So that is actually quite strange. I'll try and fix that right away. Oh, never mind, it actually does. It's just placed with Rico, so can't really see it with the zone. So that's good. This area has a quite big shop actually. I think this is a supermarket. And yeah, that's by far enough. The airport does have a lot of shops. That should be good enough. Over here I think they have some shops. Yeah, they do. They have one shop. Okay, that's maybe a bit too small. I could add one. Over here, make it a bit further away from the road. That should be good. What else? Yeah, I could start expanding up here. This is a quite wild area. As you can see, there's barely anything, or actually there's nothing at all here. So if you look at this on a bigger perspective, this is the most wild area. If you go somewhere here, that would probably be the most furthest away point from civilization, I guess. You could also go here, but then again you have the railroad here, the road here. This is quite distant, but you have this village here, the airport here. I'd say about this corner is the least built in the whole map, so I'll try to expand that way. Some areas could be nice to keep more wild, so I should also consider that. But you know, I could start expanding up here and kind of filling this area. That would be nice. So let's start by doing that right now. Choosing this road again. Have to make sure it doesn't look too weird considering the already placed barriers. Okay, so that looks a bit weird. I'll just remove them straight away actually. That should be fine. Let's now continue this road all the way up here. Kind of follow the riverside. Try to keep a bit distance. You want some of the nature intact. So let's continue it up here. Tunnel like that. Would that be nice? Okay, that's definitely strange. Let's take a look from the ground here. Okay, it's quite steep. Actually, I would say too steep. Way too steep. So let's remove that for now. And try and find a more smooth route. Terrain tool. Let's just make this weird kind of leveling that makes space for the road. And here we can make a slope that kind of follows the river and stops on the top here. That could work. Let's try and see how that looks when I place the road. Okay, so I don't know where it goes anymore. Up here. Somewhere like that. Oh, it was down there, okay. Never mind. Let's follow it here then. Or straight ahead, that would actually make more sense. Like so. Doesn't seem like it's too steep of a terrain, so let's quickly follow it straight ahead here with a nice curve and the road there. This should work. Here I might need a bridge, so let's do that right away actually. Like that. Okay, so I'll have to increase the height here a bit. That should be good. And yeah, now I can start expanding some huge residential zones here. This kind of wreck the entire nature here. Kill it from the roots. Kidding, of course. Want to keep some of it. Yeah, I'm gonna do the same on this side and make the roads come together nicely here. Some strange behavior of the road. Not sure how I'm gonna make this work. I guess I'll have to make the road follow the side of this hill. This can be a bit hard. Sometimes you get these really bulgy roads. And here it's pretty flat, so I'm going to just finish it off about here. That should be really good. Make it enter again about here. I guess looks a bit strange. I'll just do it like this then, and like that. That should work. I'm not sure about this inner medium. Might be a bit strange. That's more of a street kind of thing. This might be more natural, so I'm going to try and use that instead. Could use a bit different kind of roads. So I'm gonna try and use a bit of this as well. And back to this. And at the end here I could replace it with some road like this. That should work. Could also replace this, and then there's no need for that strange curve, so I can just snap it on there. That should be just fine. Now let's try and yeah, that's good. No, I'm not gonna have any space for houses anywhere along here because it's such a steep hill. So I might have to use that purely for transportation. I could also put some houses here. It's less steep. Something like that. I don't want to keep too many houses along here, if any, because the zoning is such highly limited. It will just be like one by one houses. Looks a bit strange when they are placed repeatedly, so I'm gonna refrain from that for now. I could also make a tunnel, but this is a pretty rural area, so I'm guessing that's not necessary. Let's now just build some small roads. I'm totally ignoring the terrain shape, or I'm not really looking at how the terrain is looking, so this might be a total disaster when I go on the ground and actually check how this looks. So let's take a look here. That should be fine. Okay, here it's really steep. This doesn't look too bad actually. Some areas with these small roads really do look this steep. So it could be kind of a cool area. I'm not really sure about these street props. They look a bit strange when you have them in these empty areas. Okay, this is a bit strange. I'll have to fix that, make it more straight ahead, like so. Try and fix that as well. Strange curve here. There you go. Still a bit strange of an angle. Okay, that should do it. So that's better. Let's walk along here. Okay, that's a what's that? Let's take a look. Cougar. Okay, nice. I hope they don't spawn in the neighborhoods in the future. So follow it along here. Okay, never mind. Actually, it might look a bit cool with that hill. So now that I've made this whole road, which totally follows the terrain in all matters possible, I guess, I can continue it down here and end it. Sort of like a ring road, except it's not highways. Try not to keep the angle too steep. That should work. Now that I've done that, I can start making room for some residential zones. Let's see, if I think like a citizen now, where would I want to live? I definitely want to live up here. That would be such a wonderful view. But again, that's gonna cause some issues during the winter with the roads. And, well, it isn't too steep, I guess. It could work. So based on that, let's say most people decide to live down here in this area and some decide to live up here. That would work, I guess. One residential area there. Could put one here. A different road. That could work. Also, I'm gonna try to connect a road down. Let's see, okay, that's maybe a bit too hard. Or is it? Let's see. Try and continue this one. Actually, I'd wanna make the road follow that curve instead. So let's say I want to live in this plane down here instead. Or along the hill, that would make more sense. So continue our A road like that. That would be sort of logical. Also, this area should probably have a road. Like that. And this area. I'm trying to keep these roads more unsystemized, make them look more organic, like rural areas usually are. So fill in here. And fill in some houses here. I'm not gonna fill these in completely, I want to keep them a bit less dense than a normal urban area, if that makes sense. So this is maybe a bit too much, that would make more sense. Same here, it's kind of painted like a painting. And have a few houses over here. These are gonna be one by one. I have to see how that works. I have my doubts about that. And up here, of course, don't want too many houses here again. To keep them a bit small to make the other small houses look a bit more natural. Place a few on the road over here. like so. And I could also have one here. I think that's good. Let's connect some water to these areas and see how it looks. Oh, I just remembered. Power is gonna be a huge issue here. Well, not huge, but it's gonna be quite a problem to connect all the hoses to a electricity source without having a ton of these electrical spots, since they're so spread out. Okay, so what's happening here? The road is being filled with water. That's not good. We will have to move that. We don't want to make this look too edited or formed, I guess. This is gonna be some difficult task. This should do it. Okay, so I'll have to fix the terrain here. As you can see, they are starting to use that path I made by creating a slope for the road as a river, which is not good. But that should fix it. I may have to actually edit the river a bit more, which is a shame because I wanted to keep it quite natural. It still looks pretty cool though, so I guess it's fine. Remove some of these trees that are now in the water. That should be okay. And the road isn't flooded anymore, which is great. The residential demand is quite low, so I'll fix that on top to make sure they are building enough. And I'm not really sure they're gonna build here at all, actually. The land value is quite low. You can see here, at least, if I was going to build in this area, that would be nearly impossible, at least if you consider this is only on the middle and nobody's building there. could add some. I don't know what kind of thing I could add in a rural area really. Parking lots not too common, I guess. Playgrounds, could add one small here, I guess. I don't really like adding these parks and stuff in the middle of nowhere. Looks kind of strange. I mean, the whole area is park enough, I guess. Okay, so they're building over there, they're building here. Building anywhere else? Not there yet. Not anywhere there. Well, it's good for now, I guess. I'll just connect a few of these then. Slope too steep. Oh no. That should help. I'll just use the movie tool that way, and no, it's connected. It should be at least. Yep, it's connected. So now that they have started moving in over here, it should soon be a nice area in the middle of nowhere, I guess. I also want to spread this out a bit more. I could actually add a road like so. And continue that up here, then move it like so and make it exit the city. I am not sure if that's gonna create a city connection, we'll see about that eventually. Replace it with this grass one. Let's just wait and see if cars are starting to show up. Okay, so they need arrows. There's no arrows here, so that's not a good sign. Let's try and replace that with two of these. Or just add them. Like so. That could help. Doesn't seem like they're using it. I hope that's temporary. How strange. Seems like there's quite a bit of traffic here now. Oh, and I totally forgot to connect that one. I need to get better at that stuff. And I should also make this a priority road. Here as well. And that's where it ends. So they're using this road, apparently, to transport goods. Not sure if that's good or bad. I would actually want them to use the 4-lane roads, but then I guess it could relieve some pressure from this area, so I'll leave that for now. So we're missing electricity here. I'll have to connect that. Actually, I didn't need 2. Sorry, 3. I could just use 2, so that's good. I bet I could do that here as well. I'm not going to use more time on that. So these have a pretty decent view. It's not the worst landscape, I'd have to say that myself. I'm going to create some more houses along these roads now. Feels kind of strange to have this big grid here with no houses on. I mean, really, how many roads is necessary? All these people could fit in like one main road, and I have 3, 4, one here, one here, one here, one here. And I have these in between as well. It's not like it's illegal, but I should probably make it more dense to compensate for that. I'm gonna try to downgrade some of these roads. That's good. I just feel this is a bit too dense, too many streets, or I guess too big streets. That would make more sense to say. Continue this over there so I can downgrade this. Now I feel it makes more sense. I could downgrade that as well. Yeah. And this one. Okay, so they are missing electricity here now. Connect that. Oops. Problem here. Actually, I don't need that since they are connecting without it. Maybe that looks a bit better. I can't really put my eyes to rest on this thing. Feels strange. Maybe it's the way it sticks out in the terrain. I could just... Okay, this is going to decrease the population quite a bit, but I feel like removing these like so, and just kind of smoothing the terrain out a bit more. This might bring it back to its more natural look. Yeah, I guess that's better. And I do have to do the same here then. Just kind of have this go around instead. That should work. Using electricity. Okay. That's better. Yeah, that definitely looks a lot better. Could also downgrade this road. Might be a bit too wide for the kind of area it's in. Let's take a look and see how that would look. Yeah, that actually looks a lot better. I'm gonna do that. Could have some bigger roads on the top, I guess. And where it's enough space. Technically it's space everywhere, but where it kind of looks more narrow, I'm gonna use the narrow roads. That should be good. Doesn't look too bad, if I can say so myself. And over here, it seems they have built quite a bit. Not here. They are still stuck in the Stone Age. Let's see. Try to make that work again. Playground helped. Almost always does. Maybe this whole thing is just too big. Maybe that's why it looks so strange. I bet it will look better if I build more houses around it. Yeah, probably. Here doesn't look too bad. Maybe it's also the concrete. Maybe that was a bad idea. If you watched my previous live streams, you know I filled this whole area with concrete. Yeah, that actually looks quite a bit better. I guess it was too much concrete. So that's good. Now I can start filling in this area. I'm going to use... Oops. I'm going to use this road, expand that out like that, and use a bit of that, and it like that. Actually, I want to use a small, very small roundabout here. Like so. Now they can turn around with no issues. I don't remember the exact name of such a road. I think it can be called a place. So if I were to name this, it would be called something like Plain Place. Actually, that reminds me of Balti McColdface for some strange reason. You know what? I'm gonna name it something like that. Let's see here. Brunswick. No thanks. I'm gonna name that Streety Mac Street Place. Perfect. Is this the same? Yeah, that's the same one. Good. So now we have made a... Okay. You know what? I'm gonna name that... Okay, that's good, actually. Never mind. I'll keep that. So now that I made that, I can start filling in with some houses again. I'm gonna use this one actually a lot quicker. So that's good. I'm gonna try to place some of these along here with the eyedropper tool, like so. And of course there has to be a playground or two that way. This should be good. Streety McStreet face is finished. Except we must not forget add some trees. That's always important. Suffocate the citizens in trees. Well, they don't literally suffocate. Actually, logically they would have more oxygen, so I guess it's causing the opposite effect. And they are missing quite a bit water. I can see that. So that's good. More water for these thirsty folks. Just drink up all the lakes. Drain the seas, I guess. Or that's if you want to get sick. I wouldn't recommend drinking salt water. Missing some water here. And electricity as well. That's the fire station, is it? Oh no, it's not. Okay. It's just a convenience store. That's good. We won't want to have the fire station in a city like this. That's assuming I only have one, which I don't. I have quite a few actually. How many do I have? The suburbs obviously is missing one or two. Here as well. So that should be better. I like how green this area is. It's quite a bit spacey. And at the same time it's not that separated. Just look at how these houses stand close to each other. I think it would work like a nice community. Actually, I should consider that more. These people can barely do anything socially interactive together. So I should add something more plaza-like. I could just literally add a plaza. That would be good actually. Yeah, that way. I like that. Looks really cool actually. I would have to rotate these a bit more intact with the street. Like so. I like that. Doesn't look too bad. Now that can be kind of like a gathering place for the people living in this small community here. The reason why communities are important is because all humans have a psychological need to be in a community, and when they miss it, they will often feel a need to be in one. I mean, you live without one, but it's very expensive on your happiness, even though you might not know it yourself. So, modern day cities, they are missing that quite badly. It should be designed much more in favor of communities. Uh, I should also do that right away actually. Create more plazas. it's very important for people to be able to interact with each other, come to different events. I mean, you have these concerts and stuff like that people usually go to. These can work, but you don't have these small community areas where you gather and, you maybe you fish or stuff like that. It's more of these large events that connect several thousand people, which is good as well, but you need these more tight communities for more happiness. And as you probably understood by now, I'm not talking about city skylines anymore, I'm talking more real life based, so this is not going to have an effect at all in game. I'm just trying to look at things in a more realistic perspective. I could also, replace these houses with paths. This is sort of like a park actually now. It's not what I wanted originally, but I guess it will work. I was just trying to connect them more. And if you haven't realized already, architecture plays a huge impact on psychological behavior and how people feel. I mean, it's basically everything you see around you. If things look like shit, people will act like shit, and in turn making the experience for everyone much worse. So, looks doesn't just look good, it also changes people's behavior, it makes the city better in general. And again, I'm not talking about city skylines here, as you probably understood. So I think this should add for a nice community. You should be easily able to walk over here and have these nice gatherings. Could also add this sort of gravel area or a football place, football field, uh, something like that. And football field, let's see if I found that right away. Not there. Okay, so it's here, okay. I think that's really good. Could rotate it more. This is something like here. Yeah, that should be really good actually. Now they have this sort of football arena, football field where their children can go play and the parents can watch, something like that. Also should make them more socially interactive. I don't know what they're going to use this for. I thought maybe it could be used for some sort of market, sell things maybe, or concerts, you know, just have this free area where they can choose what to use it for. Sometimes they use it for selling things, sometimes they use it for sports maybe even. They have this football field here, so I don't see why they would use that, but the point is they can use it for all kinds of things. So in general that should help a bit, just having that thing there. Gonna move it back here. I think that was nicer actually. So yeah, that should be good. I could add a tree here. I just have like it right now. So put that in the middle here. That's really nice. Now they have this nice community. Okay, and I should probably add a school here as well. That could be in the same area, like so. I haven't really placed any schools for a while. You can probably see that there's none here. Like, that's gonna cause some traffic, I guess. There's a bit variety of schools, like so. That should be good. I could also rotate this school a bit to make it more parallel to this road. I think that would be really interesting. Yeah, that should be good. A nice school over there. Let's take a look at the other different services here on education. High school availability is getting quite sparse, I can see that. So let's try and see where I could have some more high schools. I could have one over here. Try to keep them close to each other. So it's kind of like a school for both elementary and high school. Sort of a mixed school, I guess, if I can say that. And yeah, where else? Could have one here. And over here. And of course we need a high school over here. They don't have any schools at all. Okay, they do actually. Just have to change the view. So they do have 2 elementary schools and 1 high school. One of these can have a capacity of 1000, so one should be enough for that area, I think. Now the capacity isn't too blown up actually. You can see it's quite over the need, but the problem is most of these schools that's taking in all the pupils are in these city center areas, causing a lot of traffic to flow to that area. And I'll try to remove that one actually, since there's one already right there. And now let's take a look at university. That's, well, I guess that's fine. I don't have the high school dropout mod, so keeping the school supply on the middle is also quite good. Helps make a more diverse population of both uneducated and educated people. There should be a mod that lets uneducated, educated people choose worse jobs as well. I haven't downloaded that. It sounds like a quite smart mod. I don't focus that much on education though, so I'm not gonna download that because I know mods have a tendency to cause lag when you download them in masses. Missing holes here. That's a nice UFO right there. Where did it go? Okay, you can see it. There it is. Let's follow that. Where is it going? Isn't that a bit close to the homes? Oh, I see. Huh. I didn't think of that. These might have a noise issue. They don't here, but they would definitely in real life. Okay, so now that I have been gone for a while, it seems they have managed to grow in this area. I'll try and connect these with electricity using the move it tool to place them in very steep areas. Yeah, I have to press play. There we go, that works. Nice little house here. Managed to get electricity just fine. Quite a nice asset, by the way. Seems to be good. These farms seems to be missing some. Oh, okay, they aren't missing anything. There's actually not enough fires. Not good. But that kind of makes sense, I guess. There's not any industry for really long distances. So I'd have to make some generic industry, I think. I could place some over here. Let's see. Just sort of make a small road here. Like so. And let's add some industry on top of that. That should be just fine. Oops. Misclicked. There we go. This industry should be popping up soon. I'll have to increase the demand a bit. Also, they need water pipes, of course, and some electricity. Yeah, it seems that worked. Now they are building industry here. I would actually want to fix that and replace this edge here with some more curvy road. To make it easier for industrial vehicles to enter this area here. And I'd also have to cope with this. Let's just move it and have it snap. Okay, that didn't work too well. I'll try to copy it like this. Or, I mean, let's see. If I now move that back. Okay, that's fine. So, that worked. These are all pretty similar right now, but I think they should upgrade eventually and get a bit more variety in shape. Yeah, there's no restriction to level, so they will increase to whatever level they desire. And that should fix the problem over here. And yeah. So moving on, let's see what else there is to do. Let's get a bigger picture. Yeah, the city is actually getting too big for the whole camera to be able to see it. As you can see, can't have the whole thing inside one image unless I look at it this way, which is pretty big, but I guess I can change these settings so I can zoom even further out. This isn't really normal though. I shouldn't be building closer than that, because at that point you can see the edge kind of fades out into this blue color. I could actually do that, but it would look more like this is just a piece of the infinitely big city. So I should keep the city kind of good within these boundaries. If you look at this map, you can see how little I could actually build on if I used the normal 9 tiles. It's not too big, it's quite small. Most of the population is in this area, so it would be fine, but it wouldn't look as good. And of course I wouldn't be able to have this airport, I wouldn't be able to have these rural areas. It would look kind of strange to have a city center on this size without an expanding city going this far out. I mean, even at this stage, the city center is probably a bit too big. Maybe a bit too many skyscrapers. And these aren't the prettiest either. I mean, it's not that far from these skyscrapers until you find a forest. Let's just see where's the closest spot. Well, it depends on what you define as a forest, but maybe this, or possibly even here. So that's just a few meters away from the city center. And if you look at more big natural zones, you can see this is definitely a forest. This is definitely a forest. Here are quite a few dense areas with a lot of trees. I'd like to call them forests, but they aren't that big. It's a lot of small areas in between neighborhoods, so it's hard to define if that's a forest. But my point is there's a lot of green areas close to the city center, which isn't necessarily a bad thing, but traditionally in American cities at least it's a lot more concrete and doesn't make this look too realistic. But then there's the fact that I don't really want to make this the most realistic thing either. I actually want to keep it more green. I don't necessarily try to make an exact copy of real life. Then I just, look at a picture of New York or something like that. But no, I'm going to make a more friendly city for the people. And I'm going to try to make it more pleasing to look at and more pleasing to walk in. Not just because of the global climate change and stuff like that, but because, living in a industrial waste hole kind of has a psychological impact on you. So keeping the city green with lots of trees and filling it in with these pockets of trees, it helps. And as I said earlier, you also have to consider what kind of community you want to impose, what kind of cooperation you want the citizens to drive. Like I did here, I created a area that's nice to form a community in. They can go here to, you know, talk or whatever, and that's important. There seems to be some sort of traffic issue here. It leads very far actually. Let's see what's actually happening. Is that because of this area? Nope. Okay, so how strange. It's backed up in both directions. Something here is not right. Oh, okay, so it is that. Oh no, okay, that's not good. This interchange isn't working. What can I do here? I could activate despawning. That would be the easiest method. Let's see how many cars disappeared. Oh, okay, that's a lot actually. Seems there might be an issue because of this. I'm not sure where they're actually going. So they are mostly going